people and grow with us, right? So last year when we started the project in a couple of countries, and started to get some results financially and health. We've got the number one, in my opinion, the number one health product in the world. I don't know if you can see that on this. There you go. There you go. There it is. The number one health product in the world. And we've got the number one opportunity. People are trying to copy us. That's a compliment. When people try to copy you, that's a great compliment. That means that, hey, you know what? They see some magic that we've got, some power that we've got, and they want to copy us. It's a great compliment, right? And people have tried that now for many years. But it takes a whole recipe to bake a cake. You can't just throw some sugar in and expect to bake the cake, right? You got to have all the pieces of the puzzle. And so we're leading here. We're leading everybody. We're leading everybody to financial freedom. We're leading everybody to health. We're leading everybody to a better way. So I'm super excited about that because we're just getting started on this journey. We started in a few countries in 2020 and 2021. We even started here in the United States, just sharing. And it's unbelievable how it doesn't matter what country you're from, what city you're from, or where you're from, you can get paid, right? And you can improve your health. So it's universal. It's a global business. And that's what makes it super beautiful. Let me see if my special guest is on screen yet. I'm looking. Hang tight, everybody. You guys are in for a treat today. Get your pens and papers ready. This is going to be material that you want to write down. Okay, so you definitely want to write stuff down. You want to take notes. Here's how I take notes. I write down the bullet points. You don't write down every word, but you write down the bullet points, and then it becomes a memory jogger. All right, let me just look here on the chat. Participants. I'm not a Zoom expert. I am a network marketing expert. All right. All right. Let's see here. Boom. All right. Should be here in the next few minutes. All right. What we're going to do is we're going to pop over to the United States real quick. I want to say hello to my friend Don Joseph and see how his Father's Day was. So Don, I'm going to ask you to unmute real quick. Say hello to the world, Don Joseph. Introduce everybody who's brand new here, who you are, and tell us, how was Father's Day, my friend?
Good morning to the world. Father's Day was absolutely fantastic. Got a call from my granddaughter, and she said, "Happy Father's Day, Grandpa." So, wow, this is why we're here, folks. It's about the legacy. It's about not just, we definitely want to leave a stamp on the world about how this world could be better. But when you got those little ones down there at 6 months and 5 years old, oh man, that's why we're doing this, folks. I'm telling you right now, this is not a guess. This is not an accident. Everybody in the world that is a part of Renown Global is excited, because that's what Renown means, excited. Add fire to your life. Get up, make it happen. Jump out of bed in the morning and make you want to go and attack that dream. I don't care if you're 25 or 85. We got 85-year-olds out there jamming every morning, just going after their dreams. Listen, folks, you don't die when time run out. You die when you stop dreaming. And I tell you, we thank you, Chief, for giving us this opportunity. To everybody in the world that want to grab it, because it's there for the taking. Folks, listen, no big eyes, no little U's. We're all one big global family, one big global happy family. It's a decision. Wake up in the morning and decide to be happy and do Renown Global. Not now, but right now. Back to you, Chief.
Thank you so much, Don. Appreciate you. And I'm so happy that you had a wonderful Father's Day. And yeah, you're right. The grandbabies, you got to have a why. And the why should make you cry, but that's why we do it. That's why you put your passion into it and you make it happen every single day. So let's go over to, I'm just going to pick on some people while we're waiting for our guest here. Let's see Cynthia out there in the Philippines. I see you. You turn on your camera. This is what's going to happen. All right, let's let's ask Cynthia to unmute real quick. Hi, Cynthia.
Hi, Sir Chief, Sir Mel. Abundance morning, everyone.
What time is it there in the Philippines? Tell us.
It's 11:06 p.m.
PM, 11 p.m. Oh,
Yeah,
wow. Okay. Well, thank you for being here. Tell us how are things in the Philippines? What's going on over
yeah.
there? Is it getting warm? Is the
Chief,
weather warm? How's the weather?
yeah, it's warm. It's hot,
Hot.
right?
Yeah.
Since June 16, we are under MECQ till June 30.
Okay.
Meaning there are some guidelines to be followed, such as gatherings, trainings are not allowed in any places. But having a winner mindset, we don't see it as a problem or issue, but an opportunity for progress, or it's an opportunity in disguise, right? So what we did last Sunday, all the leaders are requested to be at the office, and we push through the training, which is prospecting and inviting, done by Miss Isabel through Zoom.
Nice.
And Digos, Bohol, Market, and all the IRs are attending the Zoom training. Yes, we admit, Sir Mel, the transition is quite awkward
Yeah.
because we are more on the face-to-face, but it went well. And this time we need to adapt, adjust, accommodate, or else we will be left behind. And uh, we are adding a new module, which is the module 8. It's online or Zoom culture.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's smart.
We
That's
need to
smart.
master the online presentation.
No, it's fantastic. I believe you have to do a little bit of everything. You have to do a little bit of everything. And, I'll mention this to everybody that, you know what, when we started, and we started going and there was no pandemic yet. And then lockdown happened last year, right? And when lockdown happened last year, we had to move everything from the face-to-face conversations,
Yeah.
because of the pandemic, we had to add the Zoom in there, right? And in some markets, they had never heard of Zoom, right? I was not even very familiar with how to share a screen or how to present. I couldn't do any of that. I had to learn very quickly, right? And so the whole world kind of had to do that, but we adapted quickly. And it's been a blessing in disguise, because we're able to now share multiple cities and multiple countries all in one platform. But I believe there's not one way to do this business. There's multiple ways to do this business, and you want to add it all in. So during pandemic times or lockdown times, of course, we will use an online platform like this. And then when it gets lifted, we're face to face again, but we also do a little bit of online, because different times in different countries and different provinces or cities can participate, right? And so it's just smart. And so I didn't know how we were going to do the business during the lockdown, but we ended up, like you said, Cynthia, you have to find a way, and you have to just adapt. You have to adapt to the atmosphere and make it happen. So I'm very, very proud of you guys. And that's exciting that you guys did this training and you had different cities and provinces participating, and different modules and things that you guys are creating. That's fantastic. Hands off to you.
Thank you, Sir Mel.
And I just want to know, let everybody know that here's what we do when we, because there's so many new people, right? And all the new people, you can't hear clapping too much, or everybody's muted out, so you can't hear laughing and joy and clapping. So here's how we showed it. I want everybody to do this on the count of 3, is share some love with Cynthia. There you go. 1, 2, 3, love, love, love. There you go. So when you see that, that's what we're doing. Look at that. That looks great on the screen. That looks absolutely great on the screen. Fantastic. Okay, let me see if our guest is here yet. Not to worry, not to worry. It'll be worth the treat. Let me just see here on the screen. Stand by, stand by, stand by, stand by, stand by, stand by, stand by. All right. Well, let's go to the United Kingdom. Should we go to the United Kingdom? Who's here from the UK? There's Mr. Fawaz Ali. All right. We're going to ask you to unmute. I'm going to add you to Spotlight. There you go. Hi, my friend. How are you?
I'm all good, Chief. How are you?
Good, 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 good. All
I had a
right.
good.
How's the
I hope you
family?
had
How
a.
was Father's Day? Everything good?
Father's Day wasn't great, to be honest with you, because I had a complaint from my little one,
Oh,
Maria.
no.
Yes, she says, "What's the point of you doing this business? You are never with us. You hardly play with
Oh,
us. You don't have time with us." And that's the truth. But I just trying to make her explain, to make her understand that in the end it will be worth it.
yes,
So
yes,
we have
yes.
to put in the work. We have to sacrifice. Have to work hard. We have to try to help as many people as we can, and in the end, it will be worth it. So I'm doing this to be able to stay with her full time.
That's
Uh,
right. That's right. You know, you made a very, very good point. You know, you're doing this for your family, and
that's it.
and that's what everybody needs to understand, right? Is to provide your family a better way and
Yes.
better things in life. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's going well, Chief. So yeah, we'll probably catch up later. I see your special guest on the screen. Actually, I think he's there.
Oh, how do you know this? You're
I
smart,
know he's
Thomas.
there.
You're not shy. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Let's
Have a
see.
good look.
I've got a lot of special guests. We got a bunch of special guests. Oh, there he is. There he is. There he is.
Okay.
All
Yes.
right. Thank you. Thank
No
you. What
problem.
time is
No
it in
problem.
in the United Kingdom right now?
It's almost 4:15 in the afternoon.
Okay, so good afternoon to you and everybody else in the UK and Europe. Good afternoon. All right, so we'll pass it over here real quickly back to California where it is morning. Okay, now a couple of weeks ago, right? You guys heard from Mr. Darren Long. This was a couple of weeks ago, right? And the notes that everybody took, the gems, the golden nuggets, unbelievable, right? What did everybody think of that when Darren was here a couple of weeks ago? Raise it up. Did you feel good about that? There you go. Yeah, it was unbelievable. And today, you know, we have Gary, and I think some of you early that came on early a year ago were able to hear from Gary, and Gary is just amazingly knowledgeable, and he should be, and he's very, very passionate about this product, like we all are, right? But we want to learn from Gary. We want to grow with Gary. We want to get even more educated. The results and testimonials that you all shared with Darren a couple of weeks ago, to me, it's just mind-boggling, right? But if you talk to Gary, he's going to say, of course they're getting these kinds of results. Of course people are getting these kinds of results because he knows what they have in their hands, right? And so this is a gentleman that comes over to my house with a big smile, and and he's a fun, energetic gentleman that I would love to share with you some golden nuggets today on what my opinion. And for those of you that are brand new, you can take a look at this on the screen. This is the #1 health product in the United States and the world, right? And I shared with you the other day how my dad now is even taking more of it, and that was after I heard Darren Long, because my dad used to take 1 glass in the morning, 1 glass in the evening consistently, and now he's up to 1 in the afternoon as well, so 3 times. And my kids are on it, I'm on it, and many of you have shared your testimonials, but it all happens for a reason. So with that, let me throw up on the spotlight here Mr. Gary Ferguson over there in California. Gary, let's unmute you. I'm going to ask you to unmute. There we go. There we go. Hi, Gary. How are you?
Good morning, Mel. I'm doing very well. And let me just send a little love to everybody.
There you go.
Good morning, everyone.
How was Father's Day, first of all? Do you have a happy Father's Day?
I was just going to say, we just finished Father's Day yesterday, and pretty exciting stuff. I found out on Father's Day that I'm actually going to be a grandfather.
Woo!
So my son, I guess you could say I got to say Happy Father's Day to my son officially for the first time, which was very exciting. So we had a wonderful day yesterday. Yesterday, I was over on the coast, Mel. I was up in Eureka. It's 400 miles away from here, but it's a beautiful day in California, and really excited to be here today. I'm excited to share a few more nuggets, if we want to call them that, about our amazing product. And I think part of the thing that most people don't understand about nutrition is how important minerals really are in our world, to our lives, to our body, to our health, to our everyday fitness, how minerals do things behind the scenes that I don't think that science, or I don't think the medical world has done enough to proclaim the importance of minerals. Now, our product, our powder, is packed with minerals, and more importantly, it's packed with the right group of minerals. And there's a couple things, so I'm going to come out with some real strong nuggets right away. You may know this, you may not know this, but
and I just want to mention, Gary, we've got two types of people here: people that just got introduced to the product a day or two ago or a week ago, right?
okay.
And then, of course, people that have been on the product for several months and have been loving it and getting such great results. So we have, we have a blend of both. The brand new people that say, what is this stuff and why is it black colored and why is it making me feel more alert and why am I sleeping better and why is my digestion improving? And then you have people that have absolutely life-changing results. So we have a mix: brand new people that can't even spell black MP yet. And then we have people that have been on the product.
Okay, so a couple of quick points. The black MP, the name comes, the M stands for minerals, the P stands for the probiotics. So
Right.
Black because our water's black, M because it's loaded with minerals, and P because we have a proprietary trade secret of adding probiotics to a water, and the probiotics are alive and well, and we have, in our own trade secret way, put them to sleep until you drink them. When
Wow.
you drink them, the probiotics come alive and they work in your body the way that probiotics are designed to. But we didn't just pick any 12 probiotics. We got 12 of the strongest probiotics in the entire world. So everything that we've put into this product is a category leader. And what I mean by that is if you took one of your bottled waters from a grocery store and you say, oh, this is the leader in alkalinity, it has more alkaline pH level than any other water out there. Well, our water in alkalinity is better than that water. So most alkalinities, the highest are around 9.5. Ours is around 10.3 to 10.8, depending on the potency, let's say, of that batch of water. Because our product is natural, it's always going to have a slight variation in our alkalinity, but it's never less than 10.3. So we do that for the flavor of the water when you add it, so that the right flavor is there for you to consume and drink and enjoy. Our probiotics, nobody else has the probiotics in their water. We're the only one. So again, we're the leader in that category.
Wow.
When you talk about electrolytes, people like to use the G word, which is a sports drink. They call it a sports drink because of what electrolytes do for you. Well, they have 4 electrolytes. We have close to 100 electrolytes. So once again, category leader depends on the category, pick a category. Our product in one product is the category leader in every single category that you can try to compare it against. Okay, so here's nugget number 1 about minerals. Now you may know this or you may not, but we're going to share it again. All right. Minerals cannot be made in the body. Minerals must be obtained from our diets. It's the only place that you can get minerals.
Write that down, everybody. That's a good point.
Minerals cannot be made in the body. So anybody that says, oh, I'm good on minerals, really? Well, you know, I'm good on, really, how do you know? Because your body doesn't produce minerals. Your body obtains minerals. And that's point number 1.
So we used to get minerals mostly from our food back in the 50s and 60s, right?
Even earlier than that, Mel, there was a United States Senate committee all the way back in 1936. And I'm going to read a quote from that study. This is 1936, so we're talking almost 100 years ago, and this is a direct quote. And I'll share this with you, Mel, so you can share this.
Sure.
It is bad news to learn from our leading medical authorities that 99% of the American people are deficient in minerals.
Wow.
Okay. And I want to say you can extrapolate that probably to any country in the world. And while it may not be 99% everywhere, if I was a betting man, I would say it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the second nugget. Our physical well-being is more dependent on minerals that we take into our system than calories or even vitamins. Minerals are more important to the health of our body than calories or minerals. Calories, which produce the energy for our body, and vitamins, which everybody thinks is the well-being of our bodies.
Right.
Fact of the matter is, minerals are more important than vitamins.
You know what, Darren reminded me last week or 2 weeks ago of that book, Dead Doctors Don't Lie,
Right.
in regards to the power of minerals and everything else. I remember reading that a long, long time ago, but yeah, it's very true.
So let me ask a question. Have you ever, vitamin C, I want to just take vitamin C because it's so important.
Yeah.
It's necessary in our lives. It's necessary in our bodies. But I've seen people say, oh yeah, I get a cold and so I pop 3,000, milligrams. I pop 10,000 milligrams. Vitamins are important, but just like everything else in our lives, moderation is the key. In vitamins, if you overtake certain vitamins, they will create deficiencies in minerals. And so it's important. Vitamin C, for example, is important for iron to be absorbed in our body. But if you take too much, it could create a copper deficiency. Vitamin D, which we know everybody gets from the sun, that enhances our calcium in our bones, which is great structure. But if you take too much vitamin C, if you're, for those heavy sun areas, and then there's people also taking vitamin D, it can produce a magnesium deficiency. Magnesium, as we know, is very, very important for headaches and different things like that. So it's important that we understand that too many vitamins can cause mineral deficiencies. But here's the trick. You can't overdo minerals. You can't take too many minerals. So once again, the body is designed to take in minerals as much as it can. Because it's designed to take in the minerals, it takes in any willing amount that we can. So we know that the body has to have minerals obtained from our diet. We know that our diet is 99% deficient in our minerals. And then the big push right now is for people to buy bottled water. So those of you in areas where you know that a lot of people are drinking their water source from bottled water,
right? When
they purify the water, they strip out the minerals. So if someone says to you, oh, I like Essentia, oh, I like Smart Water, oh, I like, and they fill in Fiji, Fuji, Core, name the water they want, right?
Right.
Ask them this question. Let's take Smart Water. Oh, Smart Water makes you smart. Where do you get your minerals? Because there are no minerals in that water. All right. Listen to this. Here's why water and hydration is so important. Heart rate increases and oxygen, which is what delivers the nutrients to the bottle, right, can drop 10%. Okay, so your heart rate can increase and your oxygen can drop 10%, even with the mild exercise like taking a 3-mile walk. You take a walk, your body is losing energy, okay? Unreplaced water losses equal 2% of the body weight and will impact heat regulation. So let's say you live in a humid area and you're sweating things out. At 3% body loss, there's a decrease in muscle cell contraction, okay? And when fluid loss equals 4% of the body, there's a 5% or a 10% drop in overall functional performance. Just by having a 3 or 4% loss in our hydration, we sweat out 3 or 4%. That can be a 10% loss in our body's performance. So what do? You hydrate, you drink bottled water, you drink bottled water, you drink bottled water. Well, here's the problem. They've stripped out all the minerals. How are you going to get the minerals then? Because your body can't make it, right? We know that the diet's not there, and now water's not there. So what do you have? You got to have something to put the minerals back. And what we have, the product that we've developed, there is no other single product in the world on the market available, online, in a store, in your glove compartment of your car, in a backpack in your back. You can't find it anywhere unless you have our Black MP. The amount of minerals and trace minerals, there is no other single place that you can go and get all of the necessary minerals to put back into your body to replace what your body, like I said, mineral replacement is so essential to replacing proper blood flow, okay? The oxygenation of your blood is what alkalines your blood. It's the more oxygen you have. So if you need to put those vitamins into your body, you're still going to have minerals which oxygenate your blood, and that's what carries all of these other nutrients to your body. It's
so for the most part, the vitamins are useless unless they have the minerals, right?
That is correct. That's right.
So is that kind of like, okay, folks, look at the.
Let me put it to you this way. Since we're in the summertime, hey Mel, one last thing. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
When your minerals is out of balance, okay? Yeah. When your mineral balance is upset, it's like, since we're in the summertime, we'll just use it. It's like your immune system goes on vacation. It's non-existent. If you don't have a balanced mineral amount in your body, your immune system won't function.
And we all realized this last year how important the immune system is, right? So I was going to ask you, Gary, is that why on the bottle it says living? Because it's a living water as opposed to a non-living water.
Yeah, and our bacteria, like I said, our bacteria, people hear the word bacteria and they think, oh my goodness. And that makes sense because there's a lot of bad bacteria in the world. Bacteria, though, a very fancy name for good bacteria is probiotics. Probiotics are simple. In its simplest definition is bacteria. It's good bacteria.
Okay.
So your body, there's actually more bacteria in the human body than there are cells. So the amount of bacteria in our body is, it's ridiculous how much bacteria we carry, but it's good bacteria. It has a purpose. It breaks things down. It allows for enzyme activity. And that's the other thing about minerals is that the enzymes, the electrolytes that it creates, the energy that it gives to the basic cell is through your mineral absorption. And so the living piece is that we have probiotics in our powder that when you consume them and they meet a food source, a protein, a carb, a starch, it activates those probiotics. Now, part of the magic, if you want to call it that, part of the genius that Darren did when he promoted this, we have an alkalinity. So if you took an acid base and an alkaline base, you have a scale, 0 being totally acidic and totally alkaline is 14. You need to be somewhere in the middle in a pH balance, which is on that scale is 7. If you're too acidic, then your hemoglobins get thick, and expand, and that oxygen doesn't flow. If you get too alkaline, you don't have enough of the breakdown of various things. And so you gain fat and different things such as that. So you want an acid to alkaline balance. Well, your stomach is designed to break things down. That's where the digestion occurs. And so it's very acidic. And what we do is we put a high balance of pH over 10, so that when it goes into the stomach, it neutralizes or balances out the stomach acids, so that your probiotics can then get to the intestine. And when it activates, it can do the job that it's doing, and it brings good bacteria to your digestive process. Sorry about the shake there. I got excited. But
no, I mean, this is, this is the reasons behind why people are seeing the results that they're seeing and feeling the way that they're feeling.
yes. And one of the very first things you will know about your body is improving in its mineral balance is your digestion. If you have a good digestion, that means that your minerals and your trace minerals are actually functioning very well. And I would say you're getting optimum performance. But without those minerals, and that little bottle is packed with those minerals, you're not going to have consistent digestion and effective digestion. The other thing that's with an improved mineral intake, there's a fancy word called bioavailability. Now that's a word that you're going to hear a lot about in the coming days and years. You're going to hear more doctors talk about bioavailability. It's a very fancy word for absorption. How much of your food, when you eat it, gets absorbed into your body, and how much gets passed. So let's say you have a very particular supplement and you take a 1-a-day vitamin. How much of that vitamin actually gets absorbed into your body versus how much of it does the stomach break down and pass, because of the time it takes to digest that vitamin. Well, when you have a balanced mineral, when you're stable with your mineral balances there, you have a longer bioavailability. And the minerals and the humic, which makes it black, we'll talk about that in just a second. The humic acid holds open, if you want to say, the portal of absorption longer, so that more of your supplements can get into the blood. So if you're taking a 1-a-day vitamin, you want to make sure that you add the black MP to your water and drink those supplements with black MP, because as it's neutralizing the stomach acid, it's allowing for a longer window of absorption into the blood for those supplements. Wow. So it's not just getting the minerals into the blood, it's actually getting those other things that you need digested into the blood. It gives it a better opportunity to reach the blood.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. There was one other thing you gave me just then, Mel, that I was thinking of.
This is totally making sense for lots and lots of people, because this is the science behind the testimonials and the results that we're getting,
Oh, why is it black? That's right.
Yeah.
That's what you wanted to know. Okay. Well, it's very simple, because, and this is wonderful. If you take hot chocolate, let's say hot chocolate, you pour open the packet and you pour it in, and you got to stir it up, right? And then it's swirling. And what do you see on that swirl? You always see a few remnants. You see a little bit of the powder still on top, or you finish drinking it and all that powder is settled to the bottom.
Right.
That's because it's not water soluble. It won't dissolve into the water. Well, our water, our minerals are not just water soluble. Because of that humic acid, they're so small and they're so strong that what they actually do is, if this is the water molecule, the humic acid literally
Nope. Gary might have lost his connection there, I think. Let's see if I see you back on screen. Well, let's let him log back in just a moment here. But I want a few of you, to have your questions ready. This is amazing because this is actual science behind why people are getting the results they're getting and feeling the way that they're feeling. So let's add a few people here onto the host lines. Let's see here. And then we'll get him back up here in just a second. Pradeep, how are you today?
I'm good, Chief. How are you?
Good, good, good. Did you have a nice Father's Day?
Yes, I did.
All right. What do you think of this stuff so far? It's pretty amazing, right?
It's all learning.
Yeah, yeah.
All
I mean,
learning.
it just, it puts the legs underneath the table, so to speak, right? It's because, sometimes the results sound too crazy, too off the charts, too wild. And I keep saying this is the #1 health product, but now we have the legs under the table, from what Darren Long shared a couple of weeks ago. And now Gary's even dissecting it further behind the science of the product. It's pretty crazy.
Amazing how these small little information that we never had all this while in our life, how that's actually helping us repair and heal our body from inside.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to put him on stage in Vegas. It's going to be a real treat.
Wow.
That's going to be good. But yeah, so how's everybody enjoying the product out there in Saudi Arabia? Now they're getting it in Saudi Arabia as well. There's Dr. Rehab. I see her. We're going to add you in here, Dr. Rehab. How are you enjoying the product? I'll unmute you.
Hi, Mister. I'm
How is the
fine.
product in Saudi? Is good?
Yeah, very good. Yes, we have more people use it, and now me and my family, I didn't have a store. Stop.
Okay, now you're
more.
receiving
Yeah,
it.
I need more.
Yes, yes, yes. We
Yeah,
want
inshallah.
everybody there to improve their health, take it every day, improve their health and get better and better and better and better.
Yeah.
It's life-changing.
Yes, very life-changing. It is very healthy for us. Everything, really.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
We are so happy. Inshallah, we are see a big booming in the Saudi Arabia, especially in Sharqiya, in Khubar.
Oh,
Yes,
Sharia.
Khubar town. Yes, Khubar town.
Oh, I
Yeah.
can't.
Inshallah.
I'm looking forward to coming to Sharia.
Yeah, welcome. It is not far from Bahrain. It is only 20 minutes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
From the bridge, yeah, you can go. Also, we have a new team in Kuwait, inshallah, soon,
Okay.
and Bahrain also.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah, welcome anytime, Mister.
Well, let's change
Mr.
people's
Pradeep
lives
also.
in Bahrain, Kuwait,
Yeah, we have
Sharia,
a big
Saudi.
challenge.
Definitely.
Yes, we have a big challenge for with Mr. Fawaz and Mr. Pradeep. Soon we are see him later here. Sorry.
Very good.
Here
Very
in
good.
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We look forward to
Inshallah.
it. Great. Yes.
I hope. So thanks. Thank you, Mister.
For sure. All right. Very good. Very good. Very good. Mr. Harold, how are you today?
Hey, Chief. Awesome, Chief. I'm just listening, and we're gonna ask a question a bit, Chief. Is it necessary that we still have to take vitamin C if we're having the black water, or?
Yeah, let's see if Gary's logging back in, and that's a good question because when we ask these questions, it helps everybody listening. Everybody. That's a good question. Does it?
Correct.
Do you see him back on the screen, guys? Let's see. Okay. All right. Let's I'll let you take the host over there, you guys, for a minute while I'm going to give Gary a call to see if he's logging because it seems like his connection must have dropped quickly. Be right back.
So Harold, how's it actually going in Philippines? A lot of people excited about Vegas.
Happy Father's Day, brother.
Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day, everyone, by the way.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. It's always in our business, bro. There is always this beautiful small challenges, hurdles, and it's actually what Cynthia is telling you guys a while ago when you say MECQ means a modified, enhanced.
Hey, I'm trying to get back on.
Okay. Okay, great. We'll see you in a minute.
Okay,
All right.
sorry.
No worries. No worries. Bye.
Enhanced community quarantine. So for the past 2 weeks, 16 until 30. And so we are being told to not to gather a lot of things. But anyway, it's just like a temporary.
That's okay, bro. We had the same situation in Dubai,
Oh, really?
March 2020. And what we actually do is we just switch to Zoom.
Yeah.
Switch
That's
to
what we're
Zoom.
doing.
And that's the solution. Switch to Zoom. And the more Zooms we do, oh, there's Gary.
Gary is there.
All right, Gary, let's unmute you here. I think there we go. Yeah, we were going down a great line of thinking, and boom.
I think my computer was mineral deficient. It dropped out.
That's right.
But, I'm trying to think where we were. You know, there's so many things that affect our body that if you can identify the right mineral mix, that you can give the body, which is, you know, I'm sure some of you have heard Darren say this, that this product is not a miracle. The body is really the miracle. What God created our body to be, it's amazing how it functions. And our job, what we're trying to do is get the body through our products, through these great minerals, because we know that the food we eat is deficient, and we know that the water that we drink is now stripped of minerals. We take this product to put minerals back into our body better than any source there is on earth. And when we give our body these amount of minerals, we know that we can bring the body back to ground zero and let the body do what it was created to do. And that's really
right. That's right. You know where we were going, I remember now, Gary, we were talking about the black in the water, and then we talked about how it bonds with the water.
Okay.
Right.
And so, yeah, the humic, I'm actually wearing a shirt. I don't know if I can do this. Our little logo right here. This is our Living Powder logo. And it says taking performance to another level. And that's because when you're properly balanced in your minerals, your electrolytes are functioning. Your oxygen is flowing in your blood. You're alkaline. You've got the proper balance of chromium and magnesium and zinc and manganese and copper and all those wonderful minerals. All of those things that we're doing to allow our body to, there's a word called homeostasis, and that's enzyme and electrolyte processing of the body, which are the energies of the body. The electrolytes and the enzymes is where we get all of our energy from. And the process of homeostasis is the balancing of those minerals. Imagine it being a board full of holes, and all the minerals are traveling across this board, and it says, oh, look it, there's some deficiency in magnesium. So it jumps in and fills that hole. And another one goes down and says, oh, look, there's calcium, and it jumps in and it fills that hole. Our body, through homeostasis, finds the deficiencies where our body is functioning not at its optimum performance, and it gives those minerals that amount. Well, they have to have the ability to give those minerals, and that's what our product does. Our product gives the body the necessary minerals to fill those gaps, and the homeostasis process can then optimize what it needs to do and balance the health of our body. And that's really what we're doing.
And that's why we have so many different types of results across the board. You know, my original result was just digestive tract, right? And then we have people that say they feel more alert. Then there's people that share their inflammation has gone down. I mean, just, you know, so many different types of results. I guess that's the body reacting to what it's been missing and what it needs, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I have a fun one. Okay. This is one that I laugh at because we are all so different. And body odor. What causes body odor? I mean, you know, sometimes, you know, some people, it's like they smell like a rose, and other people you don't want to get 10 feet next to, right?
Right.
Zinc. It's zinc. Those that are deficient in zinc have a stronger body odor.
Wow.
Just
Okay.
so you know, if you walk by somebody and you know they've got a strong body odor, and you could say to yourself, wow, they need some zinc.
Deficient in zinc. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know, that's one that I think is one of the fun ones that, but it's as simple as that, you know. I like to say that
And those of us that are new to this, zinc is a mineral, right?
yeah, it's one of the majors, right? Chromium is another one. Now that to me you should hear chromium every day on your, whether it's radio, television, whatever. People should be talking about chromium every day because one of the largest epidemics in the world, which I think is the true pandemic, which is diabetes. Okay. Chromium helps synthesize with insulin, the sugars in your body. Sugar, when it gets into the cell, breaks down the cell walls. Sugar ages, it accelerates the age of your blood cells. That's why diabetes affects circulation, because when you have sugar that can't be processed and the sugar makes it to the cell, it then accelerates the life of that cell and it ends up dying before it should be reproduced. The A1C test that doctors perform, it's basically testing the life expectancy or the life span of your blood cells. And so when you have a lower A1C, that means that your blood cells are living longer and healthier. When you have a higher A1C, your blood cells are dying at a faster rate, and they've been able to put it on a scale where you need to be in that 5 to 6, 6.5, 7 range, okay, for good blood health. And if you're up above that, there's a concern, because what's it doing? Is it's destroying blood cells, and blood cells carry all of your nutrients, all of your oxygen to your body. So chromium is the mineral that helps synthesize the insulin into and get so it takes your blood sugar and properly transmits it for the proper energy in your blood cells. So again, it's not a vitamin, it's a mineral that affects maybe the greatest epidemic we have in the world. And you know, calcium is you don't sleep well, you need more calcium. There's little things that you think about. Oh, I didn't sleep good. This, that, I have a headache. Yeah, you're probably low on calcium. If you're losing hair, it's selenium. I mean, if it's you know, zinc also works with the digestive system. If you have an upset stomach, give yourself some zinc, or you know, things like that.
You know what's interesting, Gary, is people have been, you know, taking the powder and mixing it and drinking it, but now people are also using it topically. Isn't that pretty amazing?
Oh, absolutely. It's fantastic. It's an outstanding topical. And that's because your skin is constantly developing strength in new cells. And so when you add these minerals to an area where your body is trying to save that skin, it's working overtime. So you're giving it, it's kind of like a boost, if you can say that. It's an immunity boost directly to your skin, and it will accelerate. And I mean, like you've never seen.
Our team, you should see, we have before and after pictures of people that fell off of a motorcycle, or they've got scrapes and wounds. We've got people that had spider bites. I mean, all kinds of stuff where they just put the powder on there, you know,
And of all of our products, the way that we've brought our products to market, the powder is by far the most efficient as a topical, by far. And
Yeah.
it's because those heavy concentrate of granules of those minerals get right to the source of the ailment. And I mean, I would say it attacks it, but really what it's doing is it's healing it.
Right.
And
right.
it accelerates. It's fantastic topical. I can't talk about it enough, how wonderful it does.
Let me ask you this, Gary, because right now, we're recommending people to take, a glass at least in the morning and then one in the evening. Can you take too much of the Black MP?
Not really. I like to say that's a good daily dose is probably one in the morning and one in the evening.
Yeah.
Properly used. Okay, so if you follow the guidelines and you use a scoop in the morning, you'll get pretty much what the body needs to balance it out for the day. And then as you go to bed at night, because of what you've burned off, again, we were talking about the amount of percentage of just what happens with regular body performance. If you sweat, if you're in a high humidity area, you might want to make a third one, Mel, just because you're sweating so much.
Right.
And when you have, here's something else. When you have that 5 to 10% body performance, it can last 4 to 5 hours of drop in performance. And people say, "Oh, I'm so tired." Well, yeah, because you've sweated out all the minerals that you need to put back in.
Yeah.
And so by taking one at night, when you give your body its rest period, you give the body a chance to reload, right? You give your body a chance to reload or replenish. Remember the thing about filling all the holes and putting all the dots in?
Yep.
That's what you're doing as you're sleeping. Your body's resetting that. And then in the morning, you take one in the morning when you get up, and now you've got that extra burst of energy to get you through the day.
Yeah,
And again,
that's fantastic.
if you
Fantastic.
start sweating, if you perspire, take an extra one, okay?
Yeah.
Because you're really pouring out your minerals when you do that.
We had a young lady, Chelsea, a young kid. She showed everybody on a little video on how you don't even have to mix the bottle or shake it up or do nothing. You just tap a little bit of the powder on the top and how it bonds and how it turns black and everything else. Melissa Lambert, thank you for sharing Chelsea's demonstration there on that video. I got to send that to you, Gary. And so it just shows the magic of the product, because I know there's other products out there, like you said, it settles on top, settles on the bottom, doesn't structure the water correctly. And it just shows the power of what we've got going. So folks, you don't got to shake it, mix it, stir it. Really just let it do its thing by just tapping that powder right on top with that little red spoon that you get with the bottle.
Right. That's exactly right.
Well, Gary, we've got a couple of team members here. Let's put them on screen with you here and see if they've got any questions real quick, if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'd be happy. To.
Okay, excellent.
Great.
I know Harold had a question, and let's see where else we're going here. 1 second, everybody.
Hey, just to that point real quick, Mel, I'll share something with you.
Yeah.
Children, okay, it's very, very important that we realize this. We think because they're young and they haven't had a lot of life experience that their bodies are in better shape, say, than adults. Sure, their elasticity, yes, their muscle elasticity, that's it. But minerals are minerals for the body. Over 200,000 children a year get taken to the hospital for dehydration.
Wow.
Dehydration, simply because we are not making sure, that they're getting their proper minerals in their body. And so it's very important to realize whether you're 8 months old or 88 years old, our body needs the minerals. And especially for our sweet kids, right?
So that's a good question. So kids can just take it just as well as adults and anybody else.
Yeah, I actually encourage pregnant women to take more of it.
Yeah, Darren mentioned that as well. That was amazing to hear.
Well, it's because you're balancing. A child in the womb is receiving its food directly from the mother. So if the mother is out of balance with its minerals, the child is not getting the minerals it needs to properly develop. And so as we can balance an expectant mother, we far give the embryo or the child in the womb. Look, it's a living
Wow.
person. So I like to call it the child in the womb. That's why I use that expression.
Yeah.
But it's getting the nutrients that it needs to stay healthy. And we always pray for healthy children, right? Is it a boy or a girl? I don't care as long as it's healthy. Well, the way to give it its best chance, remember, the body is the miracle. The way to give that miracle the best chance is to make sure that the mother is properly balanced in her nutrients.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Well, let's take a couple of quick questions.
Yes.
We've got Harold out there in the Philippines. Harold, say hello to Gary. Gary, say hello to Harold, and see if we got a question or two.
Hi, hello, Gary.
Hi, Harold. It's good to see you again. I've seen you a
Good
few
to see you
times.
too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's right. All right, just a quick and then a very simple clarification. Do we still have to take vitamin C aside from the black water? Do you have to take any vitamin C?
Oh yeah, vitamin C is okay. Vitamins are not non-essential; they're essential. What I'm saying to you is, though, without minerals, vitamins have no functionality. So you could take 100 different kinds of vitamins, and if your body is mineral deficient, it's not going to break down the vitamins the way that they should, and balance those against what's going to happen if you're mineral deficient. Is as you take those vitamins, you're just going to continue to be more minerally deficient. So not that they're not essential, and please, if I have maybe inferred that, then that's not the case. Vitamins are very important, but without minerals, their true functionality is not optimized.
All right, got it. One more thing, Chief Gary. Yesterday, Isabel can explain, because there was this one scenario that they're using a well, water from the well.
Sure. So well water, it's from the ground, okay? So it's very possible that it could be a good well, a good spring well, right? Which naturally carries some minerals. Now, my grandparents have a well or a spring on their farm, and it's been running since the beginning of time. They've lived on this farm over 100 years, and the spring has never run out. My mother, her job when she was a child was to go down to the spring and fill up buckets of water and bring it back to the house, and that's what they would use during the day. But most of those springs that we have analyzed usually have 10, 12, 13, you can even have 20 minerals, which is fantastic. Your pH balance is probably going to be closer to normal, or 6 or 7 in a natural spring, but there's no guarantee of what that mineral content is going to consistently be. So it's wonderful. It's a wonderful process to add our supplements to, but you're still not going to get the full array. And I'm speculating, okay? I mean, you could have the perfect well, sure, but every well that I've ever tested has never been even close to the amount of minerals that we receive. But can you use a well water? Yes, it's perfectly fine to blend with.
But to add to that, when we add the probiotics, the electrolytes, right, and the humic to that as well. I mean, it's just
right. You'll never, the well water will not have the humic or the fulvic or the probiotics. That is something that you will only get by adding the black MPD.
Gary, when we get the water from the well, and then we will put the black water, it did not turn into black.
Say that again. I didn't quite get that.
Isabel, you can explain.
Hi, Isabel.
Hi, Isabel. You're saying it didn't turn black? Is that what you're saying?
It didn't turn black. So one of the people from the mountains, they said maybe because their water might be dirty, or maybe there are too much salt in that water. So he said, but does it compromise the minerals, the probiotics in that water? Because they are normally drinking from the well only. because they
Okay.
are staying up in the mountains.
Okay, good question. Now I understand what you're saying. Okay, so our product is 100% organic. It's actually plant-based, if I can say it that way. If you go 300 or 400 feet down into the earth, where geologically everything is compressed, these plant bases that break down inside the earth form these minerals. So it's a product of composition and decomposing of these plant-based thousands of years of compression inside the geological rocks in the ground. But there's mines, there's I guess you could say portals of all of these minerals that we go down, 300 and 400 feet into the ground, and we draw them out. So if they're seeing some of that in their natural well, it's very possible that there is some natural plant activity going on. But the water is not dirty, and I could see where that would be the case. I think the best thing to do then would be maybe just get a glass of water and drop the minerals in and watch it and let them see that, it's not, because yes, some people think that, oh my goodness, that you're drinking dirty water. So maybe you just have to show them through the process of how the humic acid, the humic mineral, the naturally organic mineral, and how it literally binds to the water. I think if you were to explain them or show them that process, that would help them understand that it's not the same thing as dirt that they're getting blended into their well from the mountains. Does that answer it? Does that help?
Yeah, thank you so much. Now it's clear because they were like telling me or telling us that maybe our water in the mountain is not that drinkable, or it's dirty, or it's too much solids. That's why it happens. But they were only asking if the minerals and the probiotics, the life probiotics is not compromised while drinking that well water. So now it's clear. I guess also the lady who was asking is here now. She just asked me to raise the question. So
okay. So,
it's answered already.
So the probiotics, okay, there's 12 strains, and I believe we've put them on the bottle, Mel, so they can read those. Those probiotics are developed in an actual certified organic federal, an FDA manufacturing facility. So the product is produced in an FDA manufacturing facility so that the purest of minerals and the purest of probiotics, we grow our own probiotics. So the probiotics that are put into the product are the cleanest and the purest and the most potent
Whoa. That was a huge statement. And then you froze, Gary. At least you froze on my screen. Did he freeze for you guys?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see if his connection comes back through. I loved hearing that though, man. That gives you even more strength in the product. You froze for a second, Gary. Rewind 10 seconds. Your screen froze.
I was to say, if ever was the case, if somebody had a real concern about their well water or something, the best thing we could do is put it to an analysis. We could take it, if someone put a vial of water or a cup of water and they shipped it to us and we tested it, we could always let them know what the water's like. I mean, I don't have a problem doing that, but there's a possibility.
When you froze up, Gary, you were talking about the line of thinking of how it's the purest form of probiotics.
So the probiotics will help, and the fulvic acid is really the piece there that could detoxify that well source. But Mel, I would never know how good or how bad that water is based on just saying, oh, our
Right.
powder will break it down. But different sources. If he's from high in the mountains, it's probably a pretty good water, just to be honest.
Sure. But just hearing about our product, it's from Mother Earth. No, so
That's
where-
right. It's plant-based, okay? They're not rock minerals. It's plant-based, and that's a big distinction.
Yeah. Great info. Harold, Isabel, did you guys have another question, or are you good?
We're good, I think.
Do you have any? Please feel free to ask.
I think Cynthia has one.
Sorry, Harold,
If
say that again.
Sylvia, she's asking if sublingual, we can use it sublingual directly, put it under the tongue, the black water. Is it okay?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's any kind of consumption into the body is perfectly safe. However, the tongue is where you get some of your fastest absorption. Any kind of consumption, and that's why we even say topically. If you rub it on your skin, it's perfectly safe because this is what our body needs. You can't get minerals from within your body. It has to be put into your body. And so any source of consumption is perfectly fine. Yeah, it's great.
There you go. Did that answer your question, Cynthia?
Yes, Sir Mel. Thank you so much, Sir Gary.
Oh, you're very welcome. I think that gets one of these, right? Yeah, that's
Yes.
right. That's a good question. Those are good questions. You're right, especially when you're talking about mountain spring water or something of that nature. We always take the eye test, and when someone says, oh, good, clear, clean water, right? It's got to be healthy. A lot of times it's the least healthy because it doesn't have anything in it. There's no nutrients. So when people look at our water and we add our product to our water, we turn it black. Oh my goodness. Have you ever noticed? I don't know if this has ever occurred, but one of the most natural things is when someone takes our water, right? They'll go to take it. They'll do this. I don't know if you can see this. I'll try to turn sideways. They smell it first because it's just a natural instinct to look at something this color black and think that it's going to have a scent or a flavor. And then they drink it and they're concerned, right? And at first they look like this. And then they drink it and they go like this. It tastes just like water. Their natural reaction is a surprise, and it's a pleasant surprise.
I've seen that reaction on so many people.
Yeah,
from my kids.
I love watching the taste test to someone that's somewhat skeptical because it really does. People are really surprised. Oh, I thought it would have a flavor. I'd have a taste. There's a little bit of taste in the powder, especially if you take it in a heavy dose.
Yeah.
But it's just water.
It's refreshing. It's refreshing.
Yeah.
And that was my first reaction too when I first was at the manufacturing and met you guys out there. And I did the same thing, man. I was like, is this, it looked nasty. Is it going to smell? Is it going to taste bad? I was ready to squint my eyes. But no, I was pleasantly surprised. And that reaction's perfect. I like that. Well, let's pop over to the USA real quick and say hello. Hope you had a great Father's Day there, Terrence. Let's see if we can unmute you. Let everybody know how the team's enjoying the product. I think you're unmuted, Terrence. Did you? There you go. Gary, meet Terrence. Terrence, meet Gary. Say hello.
Hello, Terrence. I like your hat.
Hey,
I like your hat.
Thank you. How's it going, everybody?
Good.
So
You have any questions on the product?
Terrence, what part of the U.S. are you in?
I'm in the Bay Area, in the San Pablo, Richmond area.
Okay, so I went over the San Rafael Bridge yesterday, coming back from Mendocino.
Okay, yeah.
So I was right there next to you. Have you ever gone over to Silverman's in Marin County? It's an ice cream shop that everybody knows. They just have the most wonderful ice cream. I love ice cream.
I've heard about it, but I haven't been there.
Well, so you're in the Bay Area. That's by the way, that's where I'm from. I was born and raised in Oakland, so I'm right there with you.
Absolutely, Bay Area guy.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. I'm feeling great. Since I've started, using the product, I've just energy, blood pressure that was high at one point. Now it's just my last two appointments, 119/77, 118/77.
Excellent.
Now, I'm back out walking 4 or 5 miles a day. So I'm feeling great, man. It's just a wonderful thing to hear so many testimonials. But I tell you, it's something in this water that's really great, and it's real. So I'm glad to be a part of this. I did. I guess my question got answered too. A lot of people asking about why is it black, and you said the human acid is so strong. Kind of got cut off when you were talking about it, but
it actually, in a molecular sense, at the molecular level, it's so small that it literally binds. It binds. So in chemistry, a water molecule is H2O. That means it has two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen to form one water molecule. So it's a chemical binding process for a water molecule to even be formed. At the same time, that same chemical forming process, humic attaches itself. Here's something when we talk about attaching. This is what's amazing about this product. Humic acids are so strong, they will attach themselves to a host. So a virus, what happens is a virus comes in. If this is a cell and this is a virus must attach itself to a host cell to live. So viruses just can't float around in our body. They have to attach. They have to feed themselves, and they feed themselves on cells. When a virus attaches, we call that a host cell. Humic acid is strong enough that it will come in, okay? And this virus, so now I'm going to switch hands. This is now the virus. Humic acid comes in. It will grab the virus, okay? And it's a cell virus. Virus is now attached with humic acid. The humic acid can literally rip it off of the host cell.
Wow.
But it keeps it surrounded. So remember, it has to attach. Well, that virus can no longer attach to the host cell. So it then floats away and the body passes it out. That's why humic acids kill viruses. It's not necessarily that it kills the virus. What it does is it's stronger than the virus and it pulls it off the host cell and it prevents it from reattaching. And then the virus doesn't have any energy or strength. So the body then has the ability to pass it out of the body. And that's the magic, or that's the wonderful strength of this humic. It's so strong, it can pull a virus off its host cell and never allow it to reattach. And that's the secret, or the reason we put this humic acid in our water, is because it has the ability to literally tear a virus away from a host cell.
Wow, that's amazing. Wow.
Yes, you see that? We got a blessing in our hands for our health with this product.
You
I see you, Dana. That's it right there. Thank you for your question, Terrence. Actually, I want to go over to Dana Johnson. Maybe you have a question, Coach Dana, or maybe you don't, but I do want to unmute you to celebrate you for a minute, because I just saw the designer sent that you are a new 1-star President's Club. So give it up for Miss Dana Johnson. Wow. So over to the East Coast, maybe you have a question for Gary or not, but let's hear you, Coach.
I do. Thank you so much. Thanks, Mel, for your awesome leadership and for giving us this opportunity as well as this amazing product. Yes, Journey, boo-boo, yes. I wanted to ask, I have some clients that take different medications for different reasons, and I've asked them to space it out to maybe an hour between, because I know the product enhances what's going in, especially with the supplements. So I believe it would do the same thing with medications. And is that the right way to direct our clients in using the product?
Good question.
Sure. The word, again, we'll go back to the word of bioavailability. So there's a term, and it's a scientific term, but it's more of a nutritional medical term. It's chelate, and it's spelled CHELATE, chelate. And what the process, a chelate process, it takes a toxic and an inorganic mineral, okay? And it removes it out of the body. And this is what our product is so packed with electrolytes. Electrolytes are what activate the chelate process. And so while the humic and the fulvic are working to alkaline your stomach as you're taking a medicine, right? Especially if it's something you take with water, I would recommend that they take their medicine with, add the powder to the water, take it, because remember the words we used, the bioavailability. So while the electrolytes in our minerals are pulling the toxins out of the body through that chelate process, the product is also increasing the time or the bioavailability for those meds to get into the blood. And what you want to do is increase the potency of that. The reason why they're taking something is to fix or help or aid in the improvement or health of their body. They've been given, while this is a natural product, there are times in our lives, and I think we would all agree that sometimes you need a little help, a boost, right? And so you've given them medicine to help get this, get their bodies healthy. Our product is the pathway to get more of that medicine into the blood, more percentage, right? You want to get more potency of whatever it is. You're hoping that whatever I took, all of it gets into the blood. Well, the best way to do that is have a much longer pathway or portal of bioavailability for that medicine to get into the blood. Nothing is better than a black MP water product for taking other meds or other supplements. Nothing. And I'll say that emphatically. So you can have them wait to take the product, but I would encourage them, if it's something that they have to take orally, that they should take it with the product.
Oh, you're muted out, Dana.
I think she said okay.
Okay, great. I thank you for making that so plain and clear, because we were wondering, because of the potency, is it going to deliver too much at one time? So I'm glad that you were able to clear that up for us.
That's a wonderful point, though. And people don't realize that doctors sometimes take into consideration the bioavailability. They know that, okay, so this person's probably not going to absorb everything, so I'll give them X or Y or Z. It is very possible that you could reduce the amount of prescription potency of a product. Now, that's something that I would not do until you see the results, okay? But it is possible that you can either A, reduce that medicine, or B, even remove that medicine based on the effectiveness of what it has with the potency. That is very, very true. And that's because humic acid is very effective in building up the immune system. So as the immune system gets stronger, its own natural ability to fight off whatever that medicine was working with could be more efficient. And so you wouldn't have to have as much medicine in the first place.
Right, because the goal is to get them off that synthetic medicine, to get them into real healthy, natural product. So I believe that this is what will happen eventually with them being on the medication. So thank you so much. I appreciate the world of knowledge. Also, how does this help with female having things as fibroids, premenstrual, having hot flashes, and all that stuff? Do we have studies on that to share, especially with women?
I was trying to think of okay, so a couple of different menstrual things. The magnesium, menstrual migraines or menstrual cramps, right? That's a lack of magnesium, first of all. So for ladies, if they're having bad menstrual cramps, that's a magnesium deficiency. Iodine, believe it or not, is if you're having menstrual difficulties, is one that could, and of course, these are all minerals and trace minerals that are inside our products. I have Mel, I'll get it to you. I have a study, and I'm trying to think of where it is. I have a study on the effect of minerals and menstrual, the relationship of menstrual cycles, having consistent menstrual cycles, having, what's the one I'm trying to think of? Gosh dang it. To answer your question, yes, it's a benefit, and I will get it to Mel so he can get it out, okay? But it's a wonderful study with great, easy to understand documentation in it. And yeah, it's fantastic. But there are a few of the minerals that ionic minerals or the iodine minerals really help a lot with just balancing the menstruation process. And so I'll get that to you. But I have an actual study that was done on it, and it's a very good study.
Oh, that would be excellent. You're muted, Dana. Did you have anything else that you wanted to comment on there?
No, I don't want to take up any time. I'll
Okay.
wait for another time. But thank you so very much. I appreciate you.
No, thank you for wonderful questions. And again, congratulations on you and your team and the growth and everything else. That's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, well, let's shoot over to the UK for a last question here,
Okay,
Gary, unless you had something you wanted to
No,
comment.
no, it's okay. I'll wait.
Okay. And one thing, Gary mentioned chelated minerals. I haven't heard that in a while. My wife is so knowledgeable on nutrition, and she said, she explained to me the chelation process. And so, maybe mark that down for sure. Chelate. That's a very, very key point there. So let's go over to the United Kingdom, where Gary, we've been sending the product to Europe, and Europe is enjoying it. But Mr. Fawaz out there, I know that you had a couple of questions from some of the team members and stuff, but Fawaz, say hello, Gary. Gary, meet Fawaz.
Yes. Hello, Fawaz. How are you?
Hello, Gary.
Pleasure to meet you.
Same here, Gary, and thank you very much for your time, for your education and knowledge and expertise. Absolutely awesome. Really,
well,
I'm getting so much knowledge and notes and things. So thank you really so much. You really enlightened us about Black MP.
I will share with everyone a little bit about me. I struggle with blood sugar. Okay. I'm 6'5". I weigh 205 pounds. I'm not overweight. I've been athletic my whole life. I had E. coli. I had a bout of E. coli for 22 months.
Wow.
I lost 55 pounds in 3 weeks.
Wow.
You think about that. I had a PICC line. I had a medicine line intravenously into my arm that ran up through my shoulder into my chest and dropped into my heart for 9 months.
Wow.
And all of this, when I came out of being healed through that, this was before I knew about our products. I became very diabetic. My A1C was around 13 for anybody that knows what that is. That's very dangerously high. And they said, well, you're going to come down. But the meds they had to give me to fight off the E. coli really affected my liver a lot. And a year went by after my E. coli, and the lowest I could get my A1C was to an 8.8. So they said, we're going to have to start putting you on diabetic medicines. And even then, we don't know how low you can get. So my buddy, who was working for Black, came up to do some housework, right? Do some housework for me. And I said, hey, come on up. I need you to, build me some stuff in the backyard. And he had all this black water with him. He kept drinking. Like, what is this stuff? and so it ended up, my A1C went from 8 to the first time I tested it in 3 months later, it didn't have much. It was 7.6, but then it really kicked in after I started drinking it every day. And it went from 7.6, 7.3 to 6.8. And I got it all the way down to 5.3, which technically is under the level. And I knew right then and there that the ingredients in this bottle were something that everybody needed to do. And I came on board to help bring my background of retail and salesmanship, if you want to say, and to help bring our product to the marketplace. And that's where, so I'm not just a seller of this product. I believe in it because I believe it brought health. It brought me back to ground zero as well. And
wow.
so
Thanks for sharing that, Gary. That's so important for us. You know, the passion behind the passion behind the product.
Yeah.
And so happy that you joined the team and bringing the knowledge now to all of us. It's amazing. Amazing.
And there are some days when my blood sugar gets out of control, and I might drink 6 or 8 of these. I'll just share with you. I have the powder in my desk drawer. So my powder is right here. And when I, you know, if I'm out of the water, look, I only use the bottles because I have it here available. But at home, I use the powder. I mix my own bottles. I use my own water, et cetera, et cetera. But I never leave without it. We go to a restaurant, we'll put it, my wife and I will put it in our water. We put it in our iced tea. We put it in everything. Wherever we go, we take this with us so that, in fact, yesterday, Terrence, I was up in Mendocino and we were at a restaurant and I actually brought some in and gave it to the bartender because I told her about the fulvic acid will pull. I had a Bloody Mary for breakfast. I'll just admit it. But I said is it pulls the toxicities out. So we like to call it your last call drink. And I don't want to get off too much, but yeah, I'm a big believer. I don't just sell this product. I live this product. Woo. And so it's
amazing.
There's
Gary,
nothing like it, right? Yeah. And that's for the product. The love goes to the product.
That's awesome.
So sorry.
All right, Fawaz, so you had a question or two.
What's your question?
Yes, Chief. The question is not from me. Actually, we have a doctor in our team that is doing a presentation on Black MP this Thursday in Arabic.
Oh, okay.
And she's in this call. Dr. Huda, if you could raise your hand, please. She might have a question or two.
Oh, okay, let's see if I can. Do you see her on the screen, Fawaz?
Yeah, she raised her hand, Chief. Huda Ali Shummu, the green badge.
Oh, Huda. Okay, she's there. I can't see her picture, but I see where there she is, right there.
There you are. Yes.
Hi, Mr. Gary. How, Chief? How are you?
Hi, Dr. Huda. Very, very good.
Good morning,
nice to hear
doctor.
from you.
I am so interested in Black MP water, and I have a good testimony regarding this Black MP water, and that's why I am interested to give a talk about it next Thursday, inshallah, in Arabic.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Inshallah. I have 3 questions. The first one, I had 3 medical categories. I want to know if I can give Black MP water, or I want to know if there are any precautions regarding cases with chronic kidney disorders.
Oh my goodness. That is the most wonderful. So I will be very simple on that. Absolutely.
Okay, the next category.
Yes, our minerals hydrate your kidney. So extreme cases, we've actually had a couple of regular users. We have a lady that comes in once a month and she gets 4 bottles of powder and I think 6 cases of water. And they were putting her, before she met us, they were putting her on the kidney transplant list. And she had 6% functionality of her kidneys. Now she's up to 38% functionality of her kidneys, and she's been taken off the list.
Wonderful. So no need to follow the lab test for that patient.
You can follow the lab test, sure. All I'm saying is that all I think it's going to happen when she uses our product is it's going to hydrate her kidney.
Okay, and the other category is immunocompromised or cases with cancer on medication.
Okay, so cancer, the humic acid alkalines the blood. And we know in science that cancer cannot live in an alkaline environment.
Yes, yes.
So the more we can alkaline the blood, the better chances we have for the body to fight the cancer. Now, there are some cancers, let's just be real, that form large masses, and it's required that they be removed. So it's not like this will just take a tumor of cancer and just, but it will help. But it's, again, you're alkalining your blood with trace elements and trace minerals. And I would say that any kind of mineralization that you could add to the body, you cannot harm the body any worse than that cancer is doing. The only thing that you can do is add to help fight the cancer.
It's okay to give them.
Yes, yes, because here's why. Cancer feeds, if everybody doesn't know this, cancer truly feeds because it starves or steals the oxygen from a blood cell. That's what cancer does. It steals the oxygen. It's an enemy of our body because it steals our oxygen. That's why if you look at well oxygenated blood, it's very red. And when cancer finds its way into our blood cells, it becomes very black because it's stealing the oxygen. And what humic acid does is, again, it hydrates or oxygenates our blood so that it gives the opportunity of our blood to fight the oxygen back. And so by giving, what I would say is the more you can give them, not the less you can give them, the more you can give them for cancer patients, the better chance they have of re-oxygenating their blood and fighting off the cancer better. So to me, when someone has cancer, I think you should increase the dosage of the black tenfold. You can't get hurt by over-oxygenating your blood, especially when cancer is trying to steal it as you put it in there.
Okay, and for MS, multiple sclerosis, is it okay?
It's okay. Darren's better at the studies on our MS products, but things like MS, things like autism, things that start in the nervous system, he has more information on that. So I can't give you detailed data, but I do know that we have seen improvement in MS patients. I don't know the details all completely, but it is safe. Yes, it is safe.
Okay, last question. Is the dose the same for children? The same two scoops? The same 2 scoops?
One, is it 1 or 2, Mel? What do we?
We just do one of the red spoon, the teeny red spoon. We do one.
So, I love giving this product to children because they have so much life and they're so energy and they wear us out so much. But it's just because all they want to do is play and they have so much joy in their lives. So yeah, give it to the kids and let them run all they want.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for it.
Thank you, Dr. Huda, and thank you for doing the Arabic training. This is going to be fantastic. And we appreciate you. Give her lots of love there for Dr. Huda. Thank you. Great questions. All right, everybody. This has been a fantastic event. Gary, yes.
One last thing about the cancer. Okay, so when I talk about oxygenating the blood, the pathway that helps is electrolytes. Okay, that's where the oxygen, that's how the oxygen gets to the blood, through the electrolytes. Again, Gatorade has 4 electrolytes. Okay, we have close to 100. Each time that you use one of those scoops, you're getting close to 100 electrolytes. Wow. Give or take a few. So if you really want to talk about how to oxygenate your blood, how to fight this off, and blood is the source of our immune system's strength. Okay, oxygen in the blood gives you stronger blood. More blood gives the immune system a better way to fight it because the oxygen allows the blood to get further across our body faster. And so
I like hearing that, because you were talking about oxygenating with humic, and now we're talking about the electrolytes. So what this is telling me is that all that's in this product are all the things that, like, you can't have a cake without the sugar or the butter. You can't have a cake without the flour. It all works together when you're baking a cake. And so when we're talking about the electrolytes helping the humic acid, that's what I'm kind of hearing. So it's like, that's why we have probiotics. That's why we have electrolytes. That's why we have the minerals and the humic and the fulvic. It's all part of the recipe that works. It's pretty amazing.
Yes. Yeah, it's the balance of this that creates the strength for our bodies to function properly.
That's amazing, amazing. All right, so from Europe, Fawaz, was there any other questions on that, or are you good?
That's all, Chief. Thank you very much. More reason to love this company even more so. So thank you very much for life-changing products and services. Thank you.
And don't forget, the living part is the bacteria. That's the probiotics. So if people ask why is it living, it's because of the bacteria.
So the name says it all. Black MP Minerals Probiotics, living water.
Right.
That is fantastic. All right, everybody, this has been a fantastic event. Mr. Pradeep, you had a question. You raised your hand. Go ahead.
There's a lady from Dubai, Miss Sheetal, who's a nutritional specialist. She had a couple of questions. If I can actually get her, Sheetal, if you're there.
All right.
Yes, hi. This is Kashyap. I'm Sheetal's husband. And well, I want to just quickly start with saying, guys, it is super awesome. Super awesome. We are actually so very happy that we could attend this call. And thank you to Mr. Menon for introducing us to this wonderful family. So without taking too much time, I just would like to ask a quick question. Me and my wife has joined this program because we really were, very happy to listen to the testimonials, and after meeting Coach Menon, it was amazing. So to take this journey forward, I mean, I would like to quickly ask a couple of questions. I mean, that's what I am right now. I'm sorry, I might have too many questions, but just one simple question to Gary. First of all, Gary, it's just amazing to hear what you said up till now. It's amazing, just amazing. I mean, it's like you go to a wonderful doctor and half of your worries are over and you're almost like, disease free type thing. I'm so happy to hear the fantastic words of wisdom that you've shared with us, the knowledge that you've shared with us. It's amazing. So thank you so much. My question is the dependency for a body on this product, basically. I have three questions. So first is the dependency of a body for this product, basically. So if I myself wants to try this product, and definitely I would be happy to share my testimonials very shortly for sure. But I just have a couple of questions. Like I had a skin condition earlier. I have managed to get rid of it, but I know that can come back anytime. The psoriasis, the eczema, and I also had many years back hyperthyroidism, basically. So I'm worried about a few things like, okay, is it okay to start this product? And that's question number one. The question number two is, how is this product for those people suffering from autoimmune diseases?
Yeah.
So that's question number two. And
Okay,
the third one.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, it's all right. Go ahead. I'll wait.
Okay, the third question is for one of our, I would call it a subject in this case, but he's a well-known person to me and an aged person who I really love and respect. And he is suffering from Hep B, unfortunately, okay, for a while now. Of course, he's been on a medication, and then, so of course, I heard your testimony, and I'm super excited. You also mentioned about its wonderful results on the liver, etc. So I'm quite excited, but just wanted to hear once again from you, Gary.
Okay, so
over to you. Yeah.
When we talk about autoimmune, or let's go back to homeostasis, which is the autoregulator. That's the autoregulatory mechanism of our body. One of the things that gets in the way of our body so autoimmune deficiencies are things that because our immune system is somewhat broken. And what we're trying to do is in the homeostasis process is give balance to that regulatory mechanism. And so trace minerals, which you'll see in our, many of what these things, calcium, potassium, sulfur, sodium, chlorine, phosphorus, magnesium. Those are like the big 7 of our minerals. And then you have all these little ones, you've got the zinc, you got the chromium, you got the selenium. Those are trace minerals. Trace minerals, they exist in very tiny amounts, but they're a key constituent, I guess, in maintaining the homeostasis of our body. And so when you get to the autoimmune section, you need to make sure that if you've got a 8-cylinder engine and only 6 cylinders are working, you're always going to have problems in your engine. So we are trying to get the autoregulatory mechanism to function properly. And so, each autoimmune circumstance is different. We know that because there's so many different ways that it's impacted. But one thing that our product does is, again, and I like to say this again, it gets our body back to ground zero. The way that God created the body to function and for our immune system to really work, it's one of the most miraculous scientific endeavors that anybody, that's why they study it so much, because it's so amazing. And what we're doing with our trace minerals is providing an opportunity for that autoimmune system to function properly, and it will aid in, again, I couldn't tell you because autoimmune is so different on everything, but it does, when they have to get rid of and not do this or that, you can't take this, you can't take that, one thing that you can always take are trace minerals, and that will aid in that autoimmune system. So the regulatory thing, I think, through the homeostasis, I forgot the other question. The autoimmune caught my attention, so I kind of drilled down on that. But you had another question.
You want to repeat, Mr. Duskini? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. No, thank you very much for answering this question. A couple of other questions were, the first one was about the dependency, basically, because I'm just thinking a little bit further down that does your body always start looking for this parachute every time once we start this product, or this product actually boosts the horsepower of your body to perform on its own, or it will always look for this additional supplement, because I'm also thinking of giving this to my daughter, actually. So honestly speaking, I'm as a parent, I'm a bit worried because I'm not an educated person in this line as much as you are. So just a simple question, like if I introduce this product into my life or my daughter's life, do we have any dependency that anytime when you withdraw this product, or when you don't have an opportunity to get this product, or you don't have this product with you, will your body start acting erratic, or it'll start looking for this product and it'll be like boomerang back or something like that? Sorry.
There is no boomerang effect. That's a very good term. I like that term. There is zero boomerang effect. Will you feel it? Everybody is different. Every person is different. And it's funny because some people say, well, I never feel an impact, right? Until they stop taking it. Then they say, well, I was a little this or I was a little that. There is no dependency. There is zero dependency. What you have is you have a body that requires minerals. And remember, the very first thing I said to everyone is minerals cannot be made inside the body. So if you stop taking the product, the only thing that you would feel is if you are deficient in minerals, your body could start saying, hey, I don't feel this, or hey, I kind of feel this way. You might feel an impact of not having minerals in your body, but it's not a dependency on the product. I would just say that whether you give it to your daughter, whether you take it, the important thing is we keep the body functioning at its optimum, and there's no other product in the world, in my opinion, that can give you a regular dietary, daily nutritional balance of minerals like this product.
Wow.
Yeah, yep. Farah's got it. That's it. This, I'm telling you, we have a little saying around here, and it's one that you can say all you want. I'm actually in the process of getting this trademarked so that we can use it everywhere. It's real simple. Are you ready? And it's kind of catchy. The choice is clear. The water is black. and so
repeat that one more time, so who didn't catch it can write it down. Say it again.
The choice is clear, right? People say, oh, it's clearly this or it's clearly that. So the choice is clear. The water is black. and like I said, we're getting it trademarked. So Mel, when the trademark stuff finishes, I'll let you know. Then we have that.
For sure. We're gonna love that. Mr. Duxini, did that answer those questions for you? Do you have any? Was there one more? Okay.
The other thing about using it this way, what if people take a pill, right? There's no better absorption process than putting it in liquid. And I'll just say water. If you take any kind of supplement, the reason why you take it with water is because water is the most natural absorption for our body to take. It receives water better than anything. And so we've taken this powder and created a product that will bind itself to the water because it has the simplest and most efficient absorption rate. So if you want to get the best bioavailability, and there's that word, if you want to get the best absorption, water is truly the best utilization of mineral in food.
Yep. And the side effect, none of us have enough water, and we should always have more water. So that's why it makes it perfect. So with that, you know what, Gary, thank you so much for being here. We had Darren Long a couple of weeks ago. Today we have Gary Ferguson. It's been an unbelievable event. We appreciate you being here, and we look forward to seeing you on stage in Las Vegas, August 7th.
Yeah, right. That's exciting.
Yes. Give lots of love, everybody. There you go, Gary. Look at the screen, everybody.
Oh, yeah. No. Back at you. Right back at you.
Thank you so very much.
Thank you all.
Thank
you all for all of your hard work and diligence too. I mean, it's an organic product, but we have an organic team that's really growing this, and the future is bright. It's very bright.
It is. We're changing people's lives. We're changing people's lives each and every day. So with that, folks, take this blessing that we have in our hands and share. Lots of love, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of the day. Bye-bye for now.
Bye, y'all.